Hello, 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 and this is Tanda from Cosmic Spark, and I'm back again with another video. I'm here with a quick message before I go out and hang out with my best friend. So let's get straight into it, okay? Spirit says that good things are coming. There is hope in the not so distant future, and to allow any ascension symptoms that you're experiencing to come through, allow that energy to flow through you. Make good, conscious decisions for your future because already good things are coming. So act as though you know, and act as though you assume and associate the future with brightness, with good things coming, with positivity. You have someone who cares about you, someone who looks at you as the one, the love of your life. This could be someone who's already in your life, or this could be someone who's incoming. You'll know that this is the right person, that this is the person for you, either way, because they are an eccentric person. They have either Uranian or Plutonian energy. Uranian energy being like that Aquarian nature, being a little bit, a little ahead of your time, uh, intelligent, mind your own business. You don't dress the way that people say is the conventional way to dress. You don't have opinions that are the conventional thing. That's the kind of thing that I'm talking about. And if they are some of that, actually, it doesn't even say Plutonian, so I assume that I channeled that. So if you want to know that this person is the one that you have in mind, then they could be a Scorpio or have a lot of scorpionic nature. There's someone that have gone through a lot. There's someone who transformed through hardship, and there's someone who's very focused, intense in the eyes, very emotional. That's the kind of person that you're bringing in, or that's the kind of person that is surrounding you. And if they're already in your life, then allow them to be the beacon of hope, that more and more good things are coming to you that are owed to you. For some of you, you have been embroiled in a third party situation with your person. You could be the third party and they were already in a relationship when you first met, or there's some sort of like you guys are together, you guys are approaching each other, and there's lingering X energy on one of your sides. So just take whatever resonates with you. I see that this is going to be resolved. One of you is going to pull the trigger and initiate the hard conversation that you need to have to be able to clear up some of this mess. Let's get into the situation between you and this other person. Just ancestor spirit, please let me know what is going on with the collective and the person that has shown up in this reading. Collective on the left, the person on the right. I haven't used this deck in years. It's been in storage as well. I'm slowly bringing out all of my old decks from storage, and it's been the most rejuvenating thing ever. You are coming through as someone who's focusing on socializing at the moment. Maybe you found your tribe or you're meeting new friends. Just look at this card. They are partying, they are having a good bloody time. And I feel like the energy of you socializing and being around this group and this crew, I wanted to say crew, so it must be a crew, is good, and it's good energy because I'm looking at how the beings are very like there's like the sparkle coming out of them, and they all are giving similar energy. They all appear to be relaxed and or having a good time. So that's the energy that you're in. Your person is coming through as someone who is in some sort of like wallowing mood or mode. I'll have to inquire as to what that's about. And the energy in between is you guys need to have a conversation. A conversation is needing to be had. And that's probably why the confrontation card came up, because you need to activate your throat chakra. Look at that. You need to knuckle down and have some hard hitting conversations. So if you are presently in a relationship or you have your eye on someone, there's this sense of like slight disconnect, and that disconnect is coming from you're focusing on different things, but what you're both focusing on together is not addressing some core issues between you and some core questions about why things are happening the way that they're panning out. Like, what are the underlying reasons? Like, are you not telling me something from your past, and that's why we're not progressing in the way that we should? Okay. I'm gonna read this how it's coming through, but reverse the roles if you need to, because the way I've pulled out the cards, collective, you are actually in the place of, like, the way that you're coming through is I'm getting masculine energy. I'm not getting the feminine watching this. So, in the way that I'm reading this, you put yourself where you need to, right? If you're the masculine energy, then you are the one who's focusing on socializing, being with your crew, enjoying yourself, acting as though nothing matters. That's the energy that you're in. Like, you don't want to acknowledge the deeper truths. You're not in that energy. It's giving Gemini or Sagittarius. It's giving like, let's just have fun for the present moment. Except you're also coming through as a gentleman, as someone with quite old fashioned values. So I assume that while you're stalling and not wanting to get this thing going off the ground, were you to actually get this relationship moving as you should, what that would do is, if you were to get this relationship off the ground, the way that you both really want to deep down, you would treat the other person with a lot of respect. If you're the feminine watching this, then the masculine that you have in mind, the masculine that's coming your way, is someone who is very gentlemanly, very old fashioned values, very much willing to be the protector, the provider, wanting someone that they can take care of in that masculine or patriarchal way. I'm not trying to make it incestuous. I'm just saying, like, as like a father of the household kind of energy, in that sort of like more typical 50s, 60s sort of style. Um, you're coming through, if you're the masculine or if you're watching for a masculine, this is a divine counterpart. You are a really good person. You are someone that has overcome a lot. You have a really strong spiritual team. You have done a lot of self work. You have done a lot of, definitely out of the two of you, I'm getting the masculine energy is probably a bit more spiritual and a bit more spiritually in tune, which isn't always the way. So that's kind of interesting and surprising. And so, yeah, if you're watching this because you're interested in a man, then the man that you're interested in, if you feel that he is the kind of person that I've described so far, he is your divine counterpart. You can feel it. He's very respectful. And even though you haven't initiated anything, I feel like he would have treated you with respect up until this point. And so don't be sitting around wondering who it is and trying to make something that doesn't fit. If you're with someone and you're in some sort of situationship and this person is being callous with your feelings, then that's not the divine counterpart I'm talking about. I'm just talking either a person who hasn't come your way yet because they haven't really noticed you in their environment and so they're focusing on partying, or they've noticed you but they're gaining the courage to start the chain of events that they know it will be. Like, I feel like people that are mature are going to take a lot of time to really make sure they're ready before they make any moves that could cascade a whole series of events. So I think how he's approaching it or how you're approaching it as a masculine is the appropriate way to do it. So long as you're not giving mixed messages and so long as you are being upfront and honest, like, hey, maybe like I want to pursue a relationship with you, but I'm just not sure if like right now is the time, but I will, come and approach you when I'm in the right mindset, whatever it is, however you feel is best appropriate. But the more communicative you are, the better, and the less misunderstandings, the less you're going to let the other person jump to conclusions, misunderstand you, and then take even retaliatory actions based on that. And I'm not saying you're responsible for people retaliating against you, but you can certainly help yourself not end up being in pain because you've sent the wrong message. And everyone responds wherever their evolution is, right? And so, where is the feminine in this energy? It's the one that's in this wallowing, self pitying mode. Um, but they are, or you are, if you're the feminine, gorgeous. You're so gorgeous, and your masculine thinks that you are so divine. You are femininity. You are so cool and calm and collected. You have really expressive eyes, doe eyes, possibly. You might be someone with a bit of a victim complex, which could be a result of things that you've been through, and maybe you're wallowing and being in self pity because you're feeling like the masculine is triggering some of your wounds, especially abandonment wounds, or you're not feeling like they're coming at it with the energy that you expect, or you wanted them to show up a certain way, and so because you're not getting what you want, you're kind of wallowing. I don't see you making this the masculine's problem. I see you kind of doing this alone in private by yourself, where you're just kind of like, does he even like me? Does he even see me? Does he know I exist? You might have been having prophetic dreams that a person is coming, and so maybe they haven't come, maybe they're still coming, but you're just like, there's been so much build up about this person coming that I have all these expectations now. And so if one of them doesn't get met, it's just going to throw you for a loop. That's the kind of energy I'm seeing. But that's not to say you're doing that all the time. And that's not to say, because I think, sometimes self pitying can be an unattractive trait. But if you're a masculine watching this on behalf of a feminine, I don't want you to be put off by that, because she is also, or you are also, engaging in hobbies. You are indulging and engaging in your hobbies. To be fair, I feel like you're both doing that in different ways. It's just that the masculine is showing up as being in like a more social mode. So maybe their hobbies or their like socializing has to involve other people, whereas you could be doing hobbies where it's just you, or it could be a bit of both you and a crowd of people. The energy in between says to be careful not to repeat cycles. So if you're the feminine, I don't want you to look at this masculine and paint him with the same brush that every other man who's been with you has had. He's at a different point of evolution, and so you might be appointing reasonings to his behaviors that he doesn't associate with that and that he's not putting on. You might be projecting reasonings behind why he's doing things from a point of misunderstanding and because you haven't met anyone quite like him. If you're the masculine, you actually, yes, I forgot about that card. You actually need to do some things before you approach this person that you're interested in. Or if you're already in their life, you need to do this to open up new channels and to like lift the energy and allow more positive, good things and blessings from the universe to come to you. And what you need to do is actually cull. I know, I'm sorry to say this. You need to cull some of these. I am noticing particularly, right, if we look at the bottom two, these two here, they're looking quite somber. And like, it's not like they're not having a good time, but they're a different vibe to the ones that are standing. The ones that are standing are much more hype and like the party guys, whereas these ones look a little bit more serious. So it's kind of giving the energy masculine that you have friends around you or people within your social sphere that are antithetical to the life that you want to live, the relationship you want to build, and where you see yourself going in the future. And you keeping those kinds of people with you will delay your own progress and hinder your relationship in ways that you probably can't even see yet. But if you are as high vibrational being as I am sensing in these cards, then when you watch this reading, you're going to be like, I already know exactly who you mean. And if you're as high vibrational as you appear to be, it won't be a problem for you to call those people to create the life that you've already dreamed of and tried to manifest, because there's this sense that you've both requested the kind of person that the other is. If you're a feminine, you're looking for a masculine man exactly like him. And he's looking for a feminine, siren like woman exactly like you. You do give for the feminine. younger energy, not always in age, but certainly in spirit. Whereas he gives kind of old man energy. So it's kind of giving like a nice little balance. Someone who's got like that vivacious, bright, kind of like Leonine kind of energy. Whereas he's giving kind of like Capricornian to Piscean energy, somewhere within that spectrum of like wisdom, age, empathy, gentlemanliness, like empathy. I know that's so funny to say, but it's like, yeah, those qualities that we sometimes find missing in modern men or even just immature men. It's like that man, that's not his problem. But his problem is he might be keeping people, or you might be keeping people that are not supposed to be in your life anymore because of nostalgia, which happens to a lot of people. You both value and appreciate how empowered you both are as individuals. Like you both see yourselves separately. Like you, the masculine, look in the mirror and you're like, I've come so far. I'm a badass, like king. And like she looks at herself that way. She's like, look at what I've done. Like I'm a badass motherfucker. I'm a badass queen. Like I'm big energy. Like you're both feeling that separately. And so you just need to allow some space because if we're all coming in with some big energy, someone has got to give. Someone has got to bend. It's why like polarities exist for a reason. For someone to be dom, someone has to be sub. I was going to say for someone to be black, someone has to be white, but you know what I mean, right? And so it's kind of like, I feel if anything, because you both radiate big dick energy, you both kind of radiate like eldest child energy, except the girl is giving like eldest child energy who's overcome like the masculine energy within her where she feels the need to do everything and, you know, not flow and not allow herself to get help or be treated well or be taken care of. So this woman is giving in her feminine, in her soft feminine energy. And it's not because she can't be hard or can't be a hard ass or a badass bitch. It's just because she's overcome all of those things. So, in fact, it's actually a positive thing for her to be self pitying and wallowing because I feel like were she more in that hyper independent, hyper vigilant, eldest child mentality, she would just be like, well, I don't need no man, and just move on. Whereas, like, there's like a sense of like allowing the feelings that are already present to process as they are and not judge them. I feel like that's the kind of energy she's in. She's wallowing and she's self pitying so that she can get through and get over it. To transmute it, she has to feel it, then transmute it, and then move on. And so I don't see that as a bad thing at all. As we close out from this reading, I'm going to ask what the advice is for the both of you from my oracle deck, and then we'll be done for the day. Really happy to have done this before. I've had a full day of going out and doing some fun things, filming, buying esoteric books. Thank you so much for watching this. If you've come this far in the video, I really appreciate everyone watching, liking, commenting, sharing, or subscribing because I am a new channel and I really want to do this. Like, I can't even think of what I want to do for the next like 5 years apart from this. So, your continued support is everything to me. Angels, ancestor, spirit, what's the advice moving forward for this masculine and this feminine? For the masculine, your advice is assistance with access. It is necessary to ask for and accept help in order to receive it. Accept that you don't know everything about love, and maybe there's a part of you that's like resisting closing the final gap to get what you want because a part of you kind of like always wanted this, but maybe never like envisioned that you were worthy of it or that you would actually get exactly what you want and exactly what you prayed for. So, really, like, if you have a strong connection to your ancestors as a man, or you are a man that does divination, or whatever, commune with yourself, commune with your spirit, team, divine, all of those things to come to an understanding about how you should approach the next steps. Because you might be a great partner to be within a relationship, but you might be struggling with just initiating it because you can feel deep down that this is going to change your life. And sometimes that can bring resistance within us. If you're the feminine, Your advice is creative power, release your alchemical energy into the world, which is exactly what you're doing. So keep doing what you're doing, keep doing your hobbies and your creative pursuits, because it is going to feed you and feed your partnership once you finally get into it. And for you both, as a union, the advice is inner integration. There is peace, equilibrium, and fulfillment in integrating the inner wild with the taming and tempering effect life has on us. Make sure that you're aligning. If you're going to spend all your time wanting to manifest something, you need to bust and do shadow work to bust those walls down and bust the resistance and the fear and all of the old energy that you carry so that you can shed it, so that you can get into the next phase of your life where you can accept the things that you've asked for with grace and treat them with the respect and reverence that they deserve, so you're not sorry in the future and apologizing after yourself, okay? I hope you've enjoyed that little love reading. I hope to see you again soon. Consider liking, subscribing, and commenting, and I'll see you in the next one.